Logging is one of the most important things when it comes to debugging programs. It enables us developers to examine and understand the timeline of actions throughout the lifecycle of a program. The concept of logging is especially useful in larger scale and generally multi-part projects. However, it obviously still has benefits to use it on a smaller scale projects. There are various ways to implement it on different platforms and programming languages. But in this video, we will be focusing on Node.js. To handle logging operations, we will be using a module named node-json-logger. It's a simple but effective module. It consists of four main JSON parameters, which are timestamp, level, message or data, and finally logger name. So let's look at each option briefly on an example JSON output. As you can see, first we have timestamp. It is pretty self-explanatory. It fetches the time and embeds into the output. The timestamp is based on moment time zone, so we can change its region according to our needs. We will look that up in a second. Moving on, we have level. This option enables us to categorize our log outputs. It can have trace, debug, info, warn, error, and fatal as a value. These values are very important because by using them, we can easily categorize and sort the messages, which brings us to our next parameter, messages. They can either be plain message form or they can be data. Those should be like a brief situational report. If we go through logs, we need to understand what happened. So these hold crucial role in that part. Then we finally have logger name parameter. This is not very useful in single file logging applications, however it is really useful if there will be multiple logger instances. This will be the variable where we differentiate between loggers. Anyway, now let's look at how we can use it. As you can see, I am currently on a directory where our node project was initialized. Currently there are no packages installed, so let's install our logger. We install that by using the npm install node-json-logger command. Once that's done, we can go ahead and import on our project by using the following line: const logger require node-json-logger. Then we need to initialize our logger object in order to use it. To do that, we need to add the following: constant logger equals new logger. And inside the constructor, we can give an object which includes variables such as timezone and logger name. We will do that in a second, but before that we need to pick a time zone. To pick a one, we head over to the moment time zones website and hover over the map. It will show the alias for the time zone location. So pick somewhere interesting, for example, Troll in Antarctica. Then we copy the alias. Now we can head over to our code and add our time zone parameter. Then we can add logger name as well. After setting these up, we are ready to use the logger. As you can see, when I type logger dot, we get various options. We can choose one of that and give it a message. For example, let's choose fatal, and as for the error message, let's say I broke something. If we run that, as you can see, we get a message on our command line. If we append data to our error message, we can do it easily by just adding a data object after our message, like so. And that said, it's basically how you can use the logger. If you want to make your logging messages more apparent in your console, you can always use chalk as well, which you can find more about on the top right corner. And as always, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If that is the case, please make sure to hit the like button and consider subscribing to see more content like this. See you next time. Take care.